Christina Bontas onto the asymmetric bars. In third place at the halfway point of the competition. The Ginga somersault. Double tuck back, dismount. And the moment one gymnast is off the bars, everybody leaps into action to prepare them for the next one.
And Tatiana Lysenko's floor score, 9.937.
And Shannon Miller did improve on her second vault, got back up into the 9.9s, 9.912.
And this very important to the gymnasts, to get the rails on the asymmetric bars just to their liking. Some girls wear hand guards throughout their training, and so when it comes to competition they need much more chalk to prevent the clamminess affecting their work.
And Bontas's score, 9.912.
Full twisting giant, Ginga, just spotted by Alexandra Alexandrov. Now he's nipping around to the back of the bar, announcing that we're going to see a catch-up, no doubt. Yes, and as long as it doesn't touch her, no penalty. Oh, beautiful. What a dismount. It's whip in, pike out, and it sailed above the bar. She nearly went into orbit. It was great.
And Christina Bontas having a tremendous competition, keeping the sequence going with that 9.912 on bars. Keeps her in second place at the moment, but Zmeskal, the leader at the halfway stage, still to go in this rotation. And there she is, Kim Zmeskal, the leader. And that's what she needs, 9.93 to stay in the lead.
And she really seems to have a nerve of steel. She looks so calm and collected, never particularly elated with a good routine. But if she holds this routine, then we know that she's made of something really special. And if Korolev coaches her, she obviously is.
Yes, this is a real test. The beam where it's most likely to go wrong. In comes Karoli, very carefully removes the springboard so that he doesn't affect her concentration.
Not very high scoring, but a very difficult combination. Handspring, blind landing, into an immediate jump. Very positive.
Not even a hint of any imbalance there. Nice and positive too through the pirouette.
Just notice how good her posture is from the back of her neck to her lower back. Really a nice straight upright back right throughout all of the movements.
Very strong gymnast, not as chunky as Mary Lou Retton, but as you were saying, Monica, the same sort of gymnast, covered up. There was a minor little wobble there, but she covered it very well indeed.
Yes, she anticipated the move of the shoulders to the side. She is absolutely a lion. Brilliant.
Tremendous landing from that So many of the girls still rotating and pitching backwards, particularly as they dismount off beam, but she was coming straight down. Another great exercise from Kim Meshkal, and Karoli hugging her. Watch this dismount.
Pike in, tuck out, and shoulders right over the hips on landing. No hint of under rotation. She can't be bothered with all of this first. She wants to get on with the competition. She's a cool character.
Remember, she needs 9.93 to stay in the lead. And there she is, still in the lead. One piece to go, and Kim's Meshkal on the verge of something incredible. 9.962.
Meanwhile, 17-year-old Henrietta Ernodi from Hungary, gathering herself from the depths of despair after her disappointing competition so far on bars and beam. Well, she announces, I might have made a mistake, but I'm here, and I'm still a brilliant gymnast despite my errors. Watch me. Triple twist, and she spotted it perfectly. Double twist punch front, two-footed jump, and flick Arabian Tinska. Thing that caused grief off the beam. Full in, back out, Pike. I think that's the best floor routine that I've seen Ernodi perform. And the crowd are really with her, really geeing her up, because they really are fans of her.
Lili. And Ernodi at least has something to remember. Going through floor there beautifully.
And this, the triple twist. Just look at that landing. Perfect.
Yes, no cheating that. 9.95. Tremendous work. Some gave her 10. And there, the leaderboard. It is quite incredible. 37 thousandths between Kim Meshkal and Svetlana Boginskaya. But look at the pressure also on Kristina Bontash. She is just 2 thousandths ahead of Okino and Gutsu. What a competition. We'll be back with the final round in just a moment. Top four are Meshkal on floor, Boginskaya on asymmetric bars, Bontash on beam, and Okino going on the vault. Gutsu beam, Pasca floor, Miller A-bars, and Mitama beam. And it building, just looking down the running order, Boginskaya will be the first of the girls in the medal position to go. The first person we're going to see is on beam, and it's Li Yifang.
The excitement really is intense. Yifang scores so far 9.85, 9.732, 9.9, and beam her final piece.
You can hear the buzz around the arena. in 11th place at the moment. Good combination, nicely landed. Oh.
And that most uncharacteristic of the Chinese, they're so solid on beam. Kick to needle stand. They have this wonderful, brisk way of performing, which of course comes from hours of training. They spend as much time on beam as some of my gymnasts train in a whole week, something like 15, 16 hours a week on one piece of apparatus.
And that's the other feature about the Chinese at these championships. They're certainly getting more power. Plenty of strength there for that double back. Lifted it really high to finish off that exercise. But now, all eyes and all attention going towards the asymmetric bars, because Svetlana Boginskaya getting ready to perform there.
Well, Boginskaya has been something of a legend because of her elegance and her steely ability to compete at her maximum. But I really think she must consider herself fortunate to be in second position to date in this field. Li Yifang's score on beam coming up 9.662, paying the price for that big wobble in the middle.
The bars are ready. Now she needs the performance of her life. The reigning European and world champion was third in the last Olympics. I'm sure she'd have liked to carry on to the next Olympics in Barcelona. And I wonder whether she will if she doesn't retain the championship.
Very reminiscent of the 1990 European Championships, John, when we were saying the same thing. We didn't think that she could manage it.
Well, here she goes.
Full twisting giant Kachev. Swinging well, using those heels to create as big a circle as she can. Split toe on toe off kick. Double back piked. Well, she couldn't have performed that routine any better.
Absolutely beautiful, but has it got enough content to stay with the younger gymnasts who are bringing so much into their exercises? Kachev over the top bar.
Well, I know so many people would like to see her retain the world title because she is elegant. She is very, very female. But competition is about the best person winning. And I have a suspicion that she really is not the very best gymnast here today.
Kim Zmeskal there, getting warmed up. Boginskaya looking at the score, 9.912. So she has set the target. 39.736 is the key figure there. That's her total. The boos going up around the arena. Some people thinking she deserved more. She certainly, as Monica said, couldn't have performed that exercise any better. Now, Shannon Miller. She's 7th at the moment. She can't overtake Boginskaya.
Boginskaya's total score, 39.736. And a good direct comparison to Boginskaya's exercise, Miller, because she really has a lot of difficulty and swings particularly well. Full twisting double back way above the bar.
Certainly, I mean, a very simple illustration there at the end. The dismount much more difficult than Boginskia's. And the whole thing performed brilliantly too. Mighty might. Gets the cheers of the crowd, and now we are beginning to hear the noise from the Americans.
So, brilliant work from Miller. The heel kick lifting way above the bar before she releases to put the full twist in the double back.
And 9.95. Brilliant marks. Still, even though our competition has actually building to its climax, Crowley there with last instructions, as if she hasn't done it thousands of times before. Don't hold on to things too long. Annette Potempa from Germany onto the bars.
She started her competition badly with a 9.025. But then put in some consistent scores, 9.55 and 9.625. Asymmetric bars, her best piece. Just stepping forward on the double back tuck.
Tatiana Gutsu quickly working it out. She can't overtake Boginskia, even if she gets a 10. But she's only at this point 2,000ths away from the bronze medal. Full twisting back somersault, very, very difficult on beam because you take yourself out of the line of the beam. Flick, back. Not a waiver.
Oh, full twisting Corbett, but that adjustment, even though it's an adjustment on the end of a very difficult move, will cost her. At a quick glance, Gutsu and Shannon Miller, very alike in physique and size and in type of gymnastics. Oh!
Well, I thought she was going to hurt herself then. Pitched forward, almost bashed her head on the end of the beam.
Christina Bontash, her last piece, beam.
9.912, Gutsu scoring. Now Bontash can equal Boginskia. If she scores the perfect 10, she has to get 9.9 to equal Gutsu.
Bontash would be a very popular champion, well loved throughout the world, but it's a tall order to produce a 10.
Yes, we had one in the team phase for Zmeskal's vault, but we haven't had one in this competition at all so far. But this going brilliantly for Bontash. Not a hint of trouble so far, and now coming to the dismount.
Well, that was really brilliant stuff. If anybody ever tried their hardest to get a 10, and bah, she got near. She squeezed as many marks as she could out of the 9.975. So that puts her in second place for the moment.
Well, she might well puff her cheeks out. She's on the verge of perhaps beating the Russians, deposing the reigning world champion. And look at Karolyi, he really is twitchy. 9.9 is what she needs. She knows exactly what she has to do.
And I know who's the most nervous. Karolyi is definitely more nervous than Smeshko. She knows she's got it all in hand. She's capable.
Great starter. Got the full in back out absolutely right. At least she's got something to do to ease her nerves.
Well, right now she's in control of the situation and Karolyi isn't, and this is why it's so nerve-wracking being on the sidelines. Whip, 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 flick, double back pike, crisp stuff.
Again landed sensationally well, and the crowd now roaring her on. It's such a fast and flowing floor exercise, there's no time to think of nerves for her.
And she isn't just doing the routine, she is performing it. Every minute part.
The last crisis point now. Well, they wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare give her less than 9.9 for that. That has got to be the gold for Zmeskal. It has to be. And Karolyi knows it has to be too.
And the American crowd just going absolutely wild. She's already beaten the Soviets once, but on home territory, the Americans are always being blamed or accused of being partisan. But no question about it, anywhere in the world, wherever this competition was held, she would have won. Brilliant. She's got to.
Really went through that as if it was a training exercise. In fact, as Monica said, it was much better than she could have ever done it in training, because the atmosphere and everything got to her, lifted her. She lived that performance. They're cheering and chanting and calling for a 10 from the judges. She got one, remember, in the team competition for her vault. Can she get one now on floor?
This must be a dreadful moment for her. She must feel she's done enough. In the eyes of everybody looking, she has won, but she cannot assume that until she has.
9.987. She's the new world champion. She got 4 10s from the judges, 2 9.95s to the middle four, averaging it out. Incredible. The Americans have beaten the Russians in the most coveted title of the lot. The all-around championship, the blue ribboned event of the World Championship. She is the one who can really call herself the world champion.
And Kim Smetschull has created history. Never, ever before has an American woman got into the top 3. And Smetschull now takes the title.
9.987. Look at that series of marks. Sensational stuff. What a total. 9.962, 9.937, 9.962, 9.987, saving her best till last.
And I'd like to be a fly on the wall in the Soviet camp right now. They really couldn't believe that they could be beaten by the Americans on an individual competition. And look, Caroli ecstatic, absolutely ecstatic.
That's going to put his fees up even higher. She was perfectly balanced all the way through. You really couldn't fault it, although 2 of the judges dropped her just short. Time to reflect, it's all been worthwhile. Kim Zmeskal will take a break there. We'll be back in a moment. Climax after that, but the competition not yet over. The second half of this last rotation still to be completed. And Henrietta Anodi, who started hoping that she would be up there in the medal positions, she's now unbelievably low, 9.912 for her first vault. And she really does look as if she's certainly going to be down in the 20s.
Handspring front, Barani out. Yes, she's really had to pick herself up from the depths of despair. 2 dreadful pieces, but then a brilliant floor. Excellent first vault score. A very nice vault, just a little step forwards, shoulders a little dropped, but very nice.
Yes, just under the first vault, it was better. 9.912 is what counts. Lavinia Milosevic from Romania is the next to vault.
And this is somebody we're going to see a lot more of in the future. Oh, yes, nice. Full twisting Yurchenko, good phasing, just a little bit too spread at the ankles on landing.
And she's looking to get into the top 6.
But for me, that was one of the best vaults I've seen. It matched Zmeskal's 10.
Ninth after 3 pieces. 9.925. She's got another chance to better it. That's safely in the bag. She could change the vault if she so wished.
But she gets wonderful height and distance and finishes the twist so early. Beautiful work. I can't really see why they can't go to 10 when they did on Zmeskal's vault in the first optional series.
Got her legs a little bit better on that second one. They were tighter, more together. And Li Li goes to bars as her final piece.
Forward giant half, backward giant half. Kachev unfamiliarly outwards. This is the German giant into Kachev. Lovely combination. Original. Get the full 2/10 for originality on that. Double back tucked.
9.912 and a keynote to the vault. Now, if she got a 10, she could go ahead of Bontash. Caroli, having got gold in the bag, hasn't given up on getting the bronze as well. At the moment, it's Zmeskal, Boginskaya, and then Bontash.
And Betty geeing herself up. When your teammate has just become champion of the world, you really have to give it everything. 9.887 for her first. Got to try and do a better second vault. Oh yes, and it was.
She stuck the landing, but I can't see them giving her a 10 for that. Caroli's not going to show that in his face, though. He's going to go. But the leg's just a tiny bit slack as she came into the landing. Wonderful vault. We are being ultra critical because you've got to be when you're judging it at this stage.
Yes, it was fabulous, but I don't think it was as good as Milosevic's. She didn't have the phasing as good at the end after the twist. But great vault. Great last performance. She couldn't have given it any more.
9.937. So she stays fourth. She hasn't quite got into the medals, but a great performance. And she has gone ahead of Gutsu. So the Americans first and fourth. And there's Boginskaya having to taste defeat. She hasn't often had to do that in the last few years.
And even when you're world champion, you pick up your own bag. Marie Kosugi from Japan.
Last to go on floor. Well, that was a lovely tumbling sequence. All the girls so much stronger.
Yes, they're really putting in some amazing work. This is one of the best Japanese performances in many years in the all-around event. They really don't normally feature at this level. Coached by Sukahara, the innovator of the Sukahara vault.
And Kosugi in for a good result here. If she can go through this floor exercise and score up above 9.8, she'll get into the top 12. And that will be tremendous for her. The only Japanese gymnast to qualify for this top 36 competition. 9.812. And that gets her in at 12th. And there, the confirmation we've been looking for, Kim Zmeskal, the new world champion, 39.848. Svetlana Boginskaya from the Soviet Union, second, and Kristina Bontash, third. Then Betty Aquino, fourth. Tatiana Gutsu, fifth, and Shannon Miller, sixth. 3 Americans in the top 6. Now, are we about to enter a new era of gymnastics with the Americans showing a period of dominance? All these girls young, they've got a lot of time to go, Monica.
Yes, they've all got brilliant futures because Miller's only 14, Aquino only 15, and Zmeskal only 15.
Milosevic, brilliant new gymnast from Romania. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more from her too. And Mirella Pasca. Li Li, the top Chinese girl, just ahead of Shi Liang. And Lysenko, very low for her. 13th place because of that fall on the beam. We'll take a break there and we'll be back with the medals in a minute. A chance to relive Kim Zmeskal's championship winning performances. I think one of the great things about this championship, Monica, was the fact that all the top 3 girls went through their exercises without any real mistakes. So it was the best one that won. It wasn't one on a mistake at all. It was an absolute judgment on what was the best performance.
Yes, that, to me, that is the brilliant thing about this competition. When you have to say, oh, well, if she hadn't done this, she could have won. They were all there, they all had the same chance, and they all did their best, and this Schmeichel came through. She really got to get a contract, you know, with a super glue company, this girl. She lands absolutely everything, doesn't she?
This, of course, her last piece. This was the championship winning performance.
This is a perfect example of mind over matter. She's got the body, she's done the training, but the pressure to cope with a home crowd, welling her on, and to produce, well, probably the best of a lifetime. I just can't believe that she can have such a steely temperament.
And one almost hates to spoil anything with mercenary thoughts, but she is going to be one rich young lady. The darling of the whole of America suddenly.
I mean, this control is uncanny. And we've grown to expect it of the Soviet gymnasts. This is why we find it so exciting. And nothing is more exciting for a championship to change hands. I mean, to have three girls from different nations in the 1, 2, 3 position and break the Soviet domination. It's great to see. And I don't mean that as sour grapes to the Soviet gymnasts. They've given us a lesson in gymnastics for many years, and now they've been beaten. See if they can cope with it and claw back.
Well, it takes a very special temperament to make a champion, and Kim Zmeskal really demonstrating it here. She is enjoying everything. The biggest error in the whole competition for her, one little, very quickly controlled wave of the arms to regain her balance, and that was the only minute little flaw that there was in any exercise.
And that really could have cost us, you know, because that little wobble with the wrong person, not having the right temperament, could have just caused her heart to beat a little bit fast, and she could have blown the rest.
This was her second piece.
Ginger, she had a little mini crisis on the bottom bar there. I think she got her finger caught in a handguard. But catches, she makes no mistake about the high moves. Quality. Just rolling back on her heels on the dismount.
The Americanization of Karolyi now absolutely complete.
And this is when he's happy, but we don't see him when he's angry. We don't see him as the slave driver. But Kino said when she first went into the gym and had a training session with Bella Karolyi, she thought she was going to die.
Everything absolutely right for Kim Zmeskal. She even was able to complete her competition. That was just the luck of the draw in the Olympic order. That would be the order she trains in, so it would have given her just a tiny bit more confidence, perhaps.
Yes, I think a slight advantage. It's got to be a slight advantage to go into the competition, but there's no fixing that. That is the way the draw was, and the draw is held long before this event. So nobody can accuse the Yanks of being partisan.
This at the beginning of the competition. Her first piece, the vault. Remember, she got 10 in the optionals. In the team competition, that 10, and she very nearly squeezed it out of them again. She got a 10 that counted from one judge. 3 9.95s counted on 110, 9.962 the score there. Then on A bars, 9.937, another 9.962 on the B, and the last piece, she so nearly got a 10. 9.987. That means that 4 judges gave her 10 and 2 gave her 9.95, and the 9.95 discarded, and the 10 giving her that score. The world champion, Kim Zmeskal. And the gymnasts coming back into the arena and onto the podium for the medal ceremony. Well, we've heard the Soviet anthem already twice at these championships, and it's going to be another one today. Very happy Christina Bontash next to Kim Zmeskal. Here's Ellen Berger, the president of the Women's Technical Committee. From Germany, one of the great characters in women's gymnastics. And here's the moment they've been waiting for. Her parents emigrated to the USA from Germany. There is Mary Lou Retton, the '84 Olympic champion, applauding the lady who's taken her mantle, taken it over, Kim Zmeskal. And Betty Aquino, her clubmate, applauding too. What a moment for the Americans.
Brilliant. She's going to become a very rich little lady, and her performance has only lasted about 3.5 minutes this afternoon. But everybody watching has got to remember that she puts in a good 40-hour week. And that's what it's all about, the hard training that's gone before.
From the Soviet Union, the Union Soviétique,
Svetlana Borginskaya steps forward. She's been a great champion. The defending world champion, the reigning European champion, third at the '88 Olympic Games, and now a silver medal at the 1991 World Championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medalist on women's all-around with a score of 39.711.
And it's particularly pleasing to me to see Christina Bontash up there. The Romanians, of course, have had a very, very difficult time since the revolution. And a lot of people, I think, were worried that their gymnastics would suffer so much that they drop right out of the reckoning. But they've got their 3 gymnasts in the all-around competition in the top 8. And that's got to give them confidence to go forward and present a real challenge to the Soviet gymnasts and now the Americans.
And I think this was the great thing about sport, because the Soviet Union invited the Romanians to go and train there for a month, even before this World Championship. And to do that is brilliant. That is what sport is all about, helping each other.
Well, what a moment. A fantastic day for the Americans. She didn't know whether she was meant to sing it, but she couldn't stop herself in the end. And Caroli in tears. An incredible day of gymnastics, an incredible competition. We'll be back with the individual finals tomorrow and Sunday. For the moment, though, goodbye.